What's happening, guys? Welcome to today's video. Now, if you know me, you know I'm predominantly a Naruto video channel. Like, I don't really talk about Boruto a whole lot, but today I did want to discuss the Boruto problem, so to speak, and get my opinion out there onto why I don't really watch Boruto or do Boruto content. Now, having said that, I don't mean to say that I never have watched Boruto. I definitely have, and I've read the manga up until a certain point. And spoiler alert for anybody who is watching this if you haven't caught up on Boruto, but the last place I left off at is right after Kurama died and we were introduced to Code. I just didn't get past that, no particular reason why, I just kind of fell off of it. But every now and then I'll watch on Hulu some of the filler episodes of Boruto that are actually quite entertaining. And so, yeah, I'm out to date about Boruto and whatnot. I just haven't really gotten invested into it enough to do Boruto content. And today is just a one-off video explaining why I haven't been doing Boruto content and what my plans are for the future of my channel as far as that topic is concerned. Because a couple days ago I did a voting poll on my channel about if people wanted me, my subscribers predominantly and new subscribers that come onto my channel, if they want me to do more Naruto content or Boruto content or a mixture of both. Majority was Naruto, but there was a vast number of people who voted for 50-50. So again, this video is more or less to explain what I'm going to be doing going forward as far as Boruto is concerned. So first off, I'll cover the why I haven't done Boruto content. And again, it just goes back to me not being fully invested in it as well as I was with Naruto. And the reason for that being is that, I mean, for one thing, I'm a day one Naruto fan. Like when it came out in like 6th grade, I was immediately hooked onto it. Like again, day one. So to have all this time invested into the Naruto series and to finally see it come to an end in Shippuden around like 2014, 2015, anime fillers included and whatnot, because I did go back and watch the filler episodes after the main series was done, just to get more Naruto. Even if it is filler, more Naruto is still the best. And so after the series was done, it almost felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. Nothing like to that extreme, but I felt like a chapter of my life had been closed when Naruto concluded. And so to pick something back up that was Naruto related, aside from like maybe side stories about characters we already know, it was kind of tough for me to do, just because again, I invested so much time in this world and this history of an amazing series that I come to know and love, that to get invested into a new era of the same kind of thing, it kind of seems a little bit not weird, but it's just, I don't even know how to explain it. Now, if you watched the podcast that I was on about a week ago on Super Cloud Ninja podcast channel, then you'd know that my feelings about Boruto are as follows. I just didn't want the universe of Naruto to get the Pokemon treatment, as it were. Like, because as a kid, I was also a big Pokemon fan too, a day one Pokemon fan. Like, I was a huge fan of the 99 Pokemon, the first like couple of Pokemon movies. I was totally invested into it. But the more and more it got in like different versions and new characters and new Pokemon or whatever, I don't know, I felt like it was kind of getting dragged out and new versions were coming along, stuff that just didn't really make sense, and I just wasn't getting any substance of story. Maybe that's just me. Again, I don't watch any other Pokemon besides the first version, so I felt like Naruto was getting that treatment with Boruto. Now obviously this is just the second version, if you will, because Boruto is just really the first sequel to the Naruto universe, counting, if you're not counting Shippuden as a sequel technically. But I just didn't want to get invested into a new world of Naruto, because I felt as though we were going to get the Pokemon treatment, that it was just going to keep going on and on and on if new characters were going to get introduced and new ideas were going to get introduced, and that Naruto would never end, and the impact of the main story was going to be diluted because of that. Another reason why I don't watch Boruto a whole lot, admittedly, and if you were listening to the podcast, you also know this, that another reason why I didn't really watch Boruto a whole lot is because I knew my boy Kakashi was not going to be a main character as he was in Naruto. So, I mean, I knew he was going to be in the series, but it was not going to be nowhere near as much as we saw him, and he wasn't going to have as much like impact in the story as he did in Naruto. So, I mean, as y'all know, I'm a big Kakashi fan, so knowing he's not going to be in it a whole lot, you can kind of see why I wouldn't want to pick up Boruto. Probably the biggest reason I can really think of, though, that I don't really watch it is because of how the story is progressing. And when I say that, I mean, I guess I'm looking in Boruto in the eyes of how I used to watch Naruto as a kid. because as a kid, what got me hooked into Naruto was the idea of ninjas, like the ninja like system, the ranks and what you have to do to climb the ranks, the missions that they go on, etc. Like the ninja fight specifically. You know, that's what makes me appreciate fights like Kakashi versus Obito in the Kamui dimension, because even though like during the war arc, fights were getting almost Dragon Ball Z level, fights like that still happened. Kakashi versus Obito, fights like that still happened, where it was just them fighting 1v1, ninjutsu, taijutsu, genjutsu, whatever. Like small scale stuff that still had us on the edge of our seats. That's what got me hooked into Naruto in the first place. And it's not to say that Boruto has bad fights. Actually, it's quite the opposite. A lot of the large scale fights themselves are actually wonderfully choreographed. Like the fight animation, the choreography in the fights are actually pretty, like Momoshiki versus Naruto and Sasuke has to be probably on my top 5 favorite fights, or at least the anime version is one of my top favorite fights. And you know, conversely, you know, Jigen versus Naruto and Sasuke, Ishiki versus Naruto and Sasuke, same thing. Like all those fights are well done. The problem again is the storyline itself, the plot itself, because it took Naruto, going from Naruto to Boruto, it took Naruto's story from being ninjas to dealing with like aliens, and to me, it just dilutes the impact of what the main premise was about. And to me, I don't know, when a series starts at basic level stuff and gets almost god tier, then it kind of dwells out of the realm of possibility of what could really happen. And again, this is a fiction story, so I'm not trying to nitpick so much, but in a universe where stuff was like just basic, you know, and gets till again like where they're god tier and whatnot, to me it just seems like they're making plots that are contrived and not really going anywhere. That said, I've always said that the first episode of Boruto got me hooked because of how they do the time skip at the beginning of the series. And of course, you know, spoiler if you haven't seen Boruto yet at all, but yeah, like Boruto, the first scene in Boruto where him and Kawaki are about to fight, and you see the village practically destroyed, and all the Hokage faces are crumbled and whatnot, and they're getting ready to fight, and Kawaki has that line where I'm going to send you to where I sent the 7th Hokage, kind of implying that Naruto's dead. And even though everyone has their own theories, I have my own. Like, it gives you that, like, tension, and it sucks you in with that one scene. Like, okay, now darn you Boruto series, now I have to watch the series. So I'm definitely going to finish Boruto series, if for no other reason but to find out what happens during the time skip scene. So, and I've gone on a tangent of why I don't like Boruto, so I'll go ahead and say some of the stuff I do like about it. As I mentioned earlier, I love the fights. I love some of the fights that take place in Boruto are really well done. Another thing that I really do love is that I actually think that some of the filler episodes in Boruto are a lot more enjoyable to watch than the main plots. You know, excluding episodes like the Kurama's death episode was really well done. It was touching. It was very, sad, but in a, good way. They nailed it, and during that scene. So episodes like that are really enjoyable. But I'd be dishonest with myself if I didn't say the filler episodes actually do a little bit better, more for me than some of the main. Perfect filler episode that comes to mind for me is when Sasuke and Sarada are bonding during the parent-daughter day. Like, to me, it shows a different side of Sasuke that we don't normally see, and I love that. I love that Sasuke is letting his guard down, but still being embarrassed about it. And Kakashi trolling Sasuke with the makeout tactics was awesome. Another episode that was a filler that I enjoyed was Boruto's Rasen Shuriken training. Now again, Naruto's Rasen Shuriken training and Shippuden was way better, that goes without saying. But as far as this being a filler episode, it was actually really well done, because seeing Kakashi train Boruto and interact with Boruto is always cool. Kakashi fighting Kashin Koji, I guess it was filler. A lot of people are treating it like canon, but that fight, even though it was short, it was still cool to see Kakashi throw hands at like 50 years old and still shows that he's one of the most powerful ninja ever. So filler episodes are actually more enjoyable to me than some of the main. And for other people, that may not be the case, but it is for me. Now, some people are actually cool on the idea of the aspect of aliens from another world and whatnot coming to Boruto's like universe, which, I mean, hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That's all well and good. I just don't really, I'm not really on board. I think I'll be on board with it more if we got more hints of it in like mid to a little bit later Shippuden, because we only got like a couple hints of Kaguya's origins from Hagoromo, even though he kind of shut it down whenever Naruto bluntly asked where she came from. So it's just, we didn't really get a whole lot of hints to it. I guess there was reasons for that because, you know, I guess there was known, like Kishimoto knew he was going to be writing a sequel series when he was writing that script out. So, I mean, it is what it is. I just like the idea of Naruto being about ninjas, like on the ground, as opposed to aliens and more or less sci-fi plots. But again, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. The point of this video, as I said earlier, was to let you guys know that I am going to be catching up on Boruto again. I'll be rewatching Boruto again so that I can do more Boruto content in the future. I will be more, like a more Naruto channel, like a Naruto based channel, that it will never change. As a matter of fact, I mean, if I had to do a ratio of how much I'll be doing Naruto to Boruto, I'll probably be doing Naruto like 70% of the time and Boruto 30%. I just want to give, like, I want to get more into Boruto to make more content for those who do want Boruto content. So that is the future of this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you don't think I was just going on a rant. I was just getting my opinion out there on why I haven't really watched Boruto as much as Naruto. I do think Boruto has its moments. I think it has potential to get better. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed on better, like, plot-driven elements that could get me hooked in as much as Naruto did. So if I missed anything, guys, be sure to let me know. Let me know what y'all think about Boruto. Like, genuinely, I mean, you can make jokes if you want, but I would actually am curious to know is what you have, like, what problems you guys have with Boruto, if you have any problems at all. So be sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, click the bell for more notifications. I'll be doing a versus battle video at the end of this week, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. And until my next video, Lightning Snow, out.